What's going on YouTube? This is Jay Lito Diaz with Quick Trips and Tips, and I'm gonna give you some quick tips for a quick trip to Belgium. All right, so the first thing I wanna talk about is transportation, how to get from the airport to Brussels itself, because Brussels is the main station. You could take the train to various countries and various cities. So from the airport to Brussels, the best way to do it is using the train. So once you get into the lobby of the airport, you're gonna see a sign where it says, to get the train. And there's a couple kiosks that you could go up to. They're touchscreen, really easy to use, and you're gonna pick where you wanna go. This be in Brussels. So you pick Brussels. Like I said, it's 860 one way, and you follow the signs. If I'm not mistaken, it's like 3 floors down, and you're in this train station. So the train station is at the airport itself, so it's super easy to get on and use. It's 15 to 20 minutes to get into Brussels. Once you get into Brussels, you could actually use that same train system to go to Amsterdam, Paris. So because I went to Bruges on my short trip, I'm gonna tell you how to get to Bruges from Brussels using the train. From Brussels to Bruges is 14.30 each, one way, and it takes about an hour. Once you get to the Bruges train station, right outside the station is, you can catch a bus. And the buses come like every 5 to 10 minutes. And depending on where you wanna go in Bruges, there's a map right there at the bus station. So wherever you wanna go, it'll tell you the number of bus to use. The bus from the train station in Bruges to, let's say like the city center of Bruges is about €3. All right, so here are a couple of tips. Number one, the tap water is good to go. Bruges is actually a little bit more expensive than a lot of the European cities that are around there, so it's not super cheap. It's a little on the high side when it comes to the euro. So if you get a water bottle, you could fill it up with tap water because the tap water is good to drink there. All right, so going out to eat. When you go out to eat on the menu, you'll see that it says snack. Snack for us is something real small, right? For them, I guess it's not, because everywhere we went and we're under snack, whatever we ordered, we got a giant portion. And by the way, the food in Belgium is really, really good. So yeah, so whenever you see snack on a menu, it's actually a full meal. All right, so when it comes to money, don't worry about taking out too much cash at the ATM to carry euros around, because the debit card and credit cards are used pretty much everywhere you go. The only place that I found that you needed cash was in Bruges, and it was literally 1 or 2 spots. All right, so there are definitely 4 things that you wanna try when you're in Belgium. And you've already probably done this research. It's mussels with frites, which is French fries, waffles, chocolate, and their beer. They actually have really good beer. All right, so my biggest tip is whether you're in Brussels or Bruges, which I definitely recommend because it's so beautiful and romantic and just perfect, is doing your own walking tour. Brussels is small enough to walk around and get to see all the major sites on your own. And I think it's better when you walk around because you'll find different things that are probably not in a tour or on a map that you buy. I used Google Maps. So what I did is I looked at all the major sites that I wanted to see, and I just kind of mapped it out, and I went one by one, and it basically worked around where I walked a perfect, it was in a perfect circle, but it worked out where it was very convenient, where I didn't have to, walk all the way east and to the next place all the way west. It was all the stuff that I was kind of close to each other. And I did the same thing in Bruges. And I'll put the route that I did for Brussels and Bruges down in the description down below. It's by far the best way to, I think, see the city. That way you don't have to spend money on, hop on, hop off tour buses or a tour bus. You just do your own thing and just really explore it like you should. So I don't like to recommend specific restaurants to go, because I feel like that should be, your decision, if because I don't know what you like. But if you do like pubs, I definitely recommend a place in Bruges where, I don't know the name of it, but I'll put the name on the screen. It was opened up in 1515, and it's just so cool to be in a place that is so old, and it's full of history too. So when you get in there, there's actually an app you could download and read the entire history of that pub. The bar is originally, it's been the same one since the early 1800s. If you are in Bruges, that is one place I do recommend. So those are my quick tips for a quick trip to Belgium. I hope you liked the video. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, ask me in the description down below. I try not to go too much into detail or talk too much on these videos because I feel like I want to make them quick. So any questions you have, ask me down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Subscribe. Check us out on Instagram at Quick Trips and Tips for pictures of our travels. And check out my actual trip to Brussels and Bruges. I'll put the video in the corner, and I'll put it down in the description down below. That way you could, get a feel of what it looks like and how we did the walking tour and what there is to see, and you might see something on the video that you might want to do. So thank you again for watching and have a great day.